Good morning, students. Students, today we will start with a new lesson in English. The name of the lesson is The Phantom Toolboot. Now, this is a book review. Let's start. Milo was a young boy who lived in San Francisco in the States. He lacked for nothing. That this is the story of a boy who lived in San Francisco. Okay, and he lacked for nothing means he had everything. Being an only child at home, he was surrounded by all sorts of expensive toys. So he was the only child of his parents. So he had everything, all the expensive toys he had. In school too, there was nothing that he could complain about. But Milo was bored. Nothing really interested him. Now he had everything. In the school also, he could not complain about anything. But then to this boy Milo, he was bored, as you can see in the picture. Okay, now why was he bored? Let us see that. Nothing really interested him. Now what did he think? He thought of everything as a waste of time and school as the greatest waste of time of all. So, what this boy thought that everything I do is a waste of time. Going to school is also a waste of time. Poor Milo. There's nothing for me to do now where I would care to go. And hardly anything worth seeing. So he's saying I don't know. I would not like also to go anywhere, and I don't know what is there around in this world. He thought. Now you must have guessed by now that Milo belonged to an age when TV, video games, and computers were not invented. Nowadays, when we feel bored, what do? We take the mobile phone, we hear music, we play games, we either play on computers or play some video games or watch TV. But this boy, he was in an age where there were no such things. There was no TV, no computer, no mobile phones. So, automatically you think about it that he will feel bored. Okay? Let's see what happens further. But on one long afternoon, like any other, Milo suddenly received a huge parcel with a bright blue envelope attached to one side. As you can see the parcel over there, and there was a blue envelope on it. Now, what was that envelope? The envelope was addressed to him, okay, for Milo, who has plenty of time. So, what was written on that envelope? It was for Milo, for this boy who has plenty of time. Would not you be surprised if something like this happened to you? So was Milo. Now, you don't know that person, and suddenly you receive a parcel. You will also feel surprised. Who has sent me this? I don't think it's my birthday, Milo says this. He puzzled. And Christmas might be months away. Now, when do we get gifts? When do we get presents? Either on a birthday or when there is Christmas, right? But he's saying it's not my birthday nor Christmas. Christmas is also far away. And I haven't been outstandingly good or even good at all. Now, why do we sometimes get gift? When we have scored good marks or done something good, then our parents give. But he's saying, I have not done anything such. So how will I receive a gift? Milo was an honest boy. So he admitted the last bit to himself. He couldn't return the parcel. There was no sender's address on it. Okay, there was no, the person who sent him this parcel, his address was not there. So he could not send it back to whom the parcel was sent to. So just in order to be polite, Milo decided to open the envelope. So he decided to open and see what's therein. One genuine turnpike tool boot. It was written inside. Easily assembled at home and for use by those who have never traveled in lands beyond. So there was a tool boot. You know what's a tool boot? Like when you need to go far away and cross that, we have to pay a certain amount of money, then we are able to go on the other side. Okay, so that was his That was the thing which was sent to Milo. Like you, Milo was also introduced by the word lands beyond. And we also know that Milo used to not go anywhere, not travel anywhere. That is why this gift was given to him. There was also a list of the contents of the parcel it contained. There was certain list what it contained. First one, genuine turnpike tool boot to be erected according to the directions. So that was a tool boot. So how you could erect it, how you could make it, that was written. 3. Precautionary signs to be used in a precautionary fashion. So you should use it properly. Assorted coins for use in paying tolls. As I told you, when we go far away, we need to pay certain amount of money and then we are able to go to the other side. So the same way, he had to put coins in that. Okay. 1. Map up to date and carefully drawn by master cartographers depicting natural and man-made features. Cartographers are people who make maps. Then there was other books of rules and traffic regulations which may not bent or broken. So there were traffic rules which he had to follow. And in smaller letters at the bottom, it concluded, results are not guaranteed, but if not perfectly satisfied, your wasted time will be refunded. So you will get your time again, like that they're saying. But do we get our time back? No. Because Milo had nothing else to do, he followed the directions and he started making that tool booth. He started erecting the tool booth. It was a proper booth with windows and a roof and a coin box. But what's the use, thought Milo? There was no highway. There was no highway attached to the booth. Nevertheless, now where do we get these tool booths? Where do we get these toll booths? Mostly you will see it on the highways. Nevertheless, Milo set up the precautionary signs, unfolded the map and chose a destination. Now he chose the destination, a place where he could go, where he wanted to go. He chose it as a random, okay? He just chose it. He chose one particular place. He didn't want to go that, but he just chose it as a random. Because he had never heard of any of the places shown on the map. Now on the map there were places, but he didn't know anything. Why? Because he used to not go anywhere. And so one was as good as any other. Milo was not sure that this new game would turn out to be interesting. So this was a game, like a small toy given to him so that he will find his life interesting. However, he sat in his toy car. You can see over here there's a car, okay, where he sat in that, okay. So he's just imagining. So he sat in his toy car, approached the booth, paid the toll with the coins and drove past the toll booth. This is how we travel when we are crossing the toll booth. So he gave the coins and he crossed. Oh, wonder of wonder, the tool booths had disappeared along with Milo's room. So how can the tool booth get disappeared, right? So it got disappeared. He was just thinking about that, imagining. And even his house, even his room and house got disappeared. He's saying that. He found himself speeding down a highway into an unknown territory. Unknown territory means an unknown place he thought he is going. What happened next is the story of Norman Juster's novel. So this is written by Norman Juster. Okay. Juster's novel, The Phantom Tool Boot. Though Milo didn't know it then, he had just begun his journey in the land of expectations. He was in the kingdom of wisdom. He had many adventures there. Now what he was traveling, so he could see many things around him. He had to rescue the princess Rhyme and Reason from Castle of Air. Was Milo find his life interesting later on? So they are asking you a question. Did Milo find his life interesting? Yes. He must have found life interesting because he was traveling. And before he used to not travel. He used to just sit in a place and used to think everything is a waste of time. So he must have found his life interesting. They're asking you that question. You must read the novel to find it out. So this is just a small part of that novel. This is not the whole novel. So if you want to know more about this novel, you should read this novel, The Phantom Toolboot. Written more than 50 years ago, this novel was written more than 50 years ago. But it continues to be a classic of children's literature. But still, small children of your age like reading this novel. It is a fantasy, but it has an important message for children all over the world. It has helped them to look at their school and studies in a new light. Okay? He's successful in his mission, who were very strange people and creatures he met there. What happened to the tool boot? Did Milo see it again? They're asking you a question. Did Milo see that tool boot again? He said it got disappeared, but did he see it again? They're asking you these questions. So this is an interesting novel. You should read about it. Okay, so here we end with this lesson. We will learn the next lesson in the next video. Thank you for listening, children. Goodbye. Take care.